10 minutes.
He might actually make it.
He's an artist.
And we begin with a holiday horror overseas. A car plowing.
A public tragically wrong here. And tonight, U.S. authorities are assessing to see if there are any U.S. citizens hurt in this attack, according to a law enforcement source. Wits.
All right, Ian, panel for us. Thank you.
Accused CEO.
Certainly, there'll be more representatives at the federal government.
In Calgary, Margot Rubin, City News.
What the heck did I just drink? What the heck is this? This is interesting. I must have drank a Red Bull because now I have wings. So basically,
With Freestyle Libre 2, get real-time glucose readings sent right to your smartphone.
In the beginning, there was blood. One wrong move, you ruined.
The FDA is redefining healthy foods within the next 2 months as more than 75% of Americans have diets low in vegetables, fruit, and dairy. In order to meet the new criteria, a product must contain a certain amount of fruit, vegetables, grains, fat-free or low-fat dairy or protein. It must also meet specific limits for added sugars, saturated fats, and sodium. Fox News medical contributor Dr. Nicole Saphier joining us now. Nicole, Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining us. What do you make of this new FDA regulation?
Well, Merry Christmas, Griff. Great to see you. You know, this is something you and I have been talking about for years when it comes to fats. This is breaking news for the FDA to finally update their nutritional recommendations. It's been over 3 decades since they were made. You think science may have evolved since then. But the good news is, if anybody has been watching Fox and Friends for the last decade, you've heard me talk about the fact that not all fats are created equal, especially the polyunsaturated fats. That's where you find your omega-3s, your omega-6s in salmon, legumes, and certain nuts. These are great for your heart health, your eye health, and your brain health. And so I've always been encouraging this. And finally, the FDA has said, we're going to start looking at the data that shows how beneficial it is. They're also talking about saturated fats, which you find in your animal products, your meat, your dairy, and they're separating those from your trans fats. That's what you find in your processed foods. We know that those are bad for you. There's no way, shape, or form that that's actually healthy for you. So what they're wanting to show is if you're going to label something as healthy, they have to make sure that they really are healthy for you. They're also saying it has to be limited how much sugar is added because you can get great yogurt, but sometimes they add so much sugar to it, it's not healthy. Now, Griff, I have to criticize the FDA. They started these conversations almost a decade ago. The data started coming out showing the difference in fats in the early 2000s, even 1999. Emerging data showed the benefits of some of these fats. It has taken them almost a year to make these recommendations. And one of the other goals that they have is they want to have a little symbol to put on packaging so it's easy to recognize something that is healthy versus not healthy. Well, they started that conversation in 2021 and they still don't have that symbol and there is no date to when they will have that symbol. So the lack of efficiency and just the delay by the FDA has caused a massive trail of preventable illness in its wake.
Wow, and it is a recommendation, not a regulation. I misspoke there. Let me just quickly, before I run out of time, Nicole, this really caught my eye. It's this survey revealing that over 2/3 of U.S. teens don't drink, smoke, or use marijuana, but nicotine pouches like Zen that we've all seen in those tin cans are gaining ground. In fact, it's like 6% of 12th graders, up 3%, 3% of 10th graders using the pouches. What do you make of it?
Yeah, great news. The fact that kids are finally learning you shouldn't be inhaling anything. It's terrible for you. It can cause everlasting lung disease. However, you know, the emergence of Zyn, I do have some concerns for it, especially when it comes to adolescents, because nicotine is something that can affect brain development. You can see increased ADHD, impulsivity, and other things, eating disorders. And also on top of it, by using Zyn or nicotine-like products, you are increasing their risk for addiction. And once they're addicted to nicotine, the likelihood of them being addicted to something else in the future is higher. So I personally am a little concerned about the overuse of nicotine products as well as social media in our adolescents. That is another form of addiction in itself, and it all is going to be affecting their brain development and mental health.
And we'll see with the incoming Trump administration whether there's a further debate on that addiction to social media, TikTok. Supreme Court's about to take up arguments over whether or not they might be banned in the U.S. Dr. Nicole Sapphire, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thanks for the insight as always.
See you soon, Griff.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to some more Apocalypse Rising. As you guys, food, can of tuna, I'll take it. Let's eat that. Now I just need to drink. Nice, now we're full. Whoa. I just crawled up that person. What do we got in here?
Hello, everyone, and the deadly toxin.
View like everyone else, of course, that's why I'm here. But Adam's office said that all you have done some very lovely things with the place.
I'm not sure when Adam will be home, but I'll be sure to tell him to stop by.
Oh, I can wait.
Weren't you off traveling around the world or something?
Well, the idea of running tempo again was just too intriguing to pass up.
I'm still a prisoner.
No, you're not. You're free to go.
I'm still a prisoner.
No, you're not. You're free to go.
After a heartbreaking race, he's so close, he can almost taste it. Now, Charles Amelin must prepare for another battle. It's his last day for Olympic glory in Vancouver. He's up against the tenacious Koreans and the USA's most decorated winter Olympian, Apollo Anton. Tough competition, but Amelin is too. Don't miss Charles Amelin. Quest for an Olympic medal in the men's 500-meter short track. Friday on CTV.
Tony Horton's trainer was that simple. And one of my
You read.
Get Maple. Get well sooner.
Very much, Mike. Very much, Mike. New News Extra is coming up next. We're talking to Ujjwal Dosanjh and his experience on the Colbert Report. So stay with us for that. Have a good afternoon, everyone.